To get a higher resolution demonstration of what you've done with your animated backgrounds, we want something other than these GIFs. I have all of them in one After Effects file, but you may have several, but this will work the same. You'll just have to import them individually. So what we're going to do is make a copy of our Favorite Things video project. So I'm going to right click and copy and then paste right in here. And now it says copy. So I do that so that you don't save on top of your good project. So I'm going to delete that name. Let's call this 231101 demo reel for After Effects and put your name. Now when we open up the demo reel, it will already have the master sequence that's the right size. Now we don't need any of the rest of it, really. So I'm going to delete everything except my master. So that's going to go away. Even get rid of my nested intro. And now I just have this master with some captions on it. Now these captions can be helpful, especially if you did do more than one and you want to tell people which effect you used for that background. So let's keep one of them. And I know that one of them is flow motion. So I'm just going to double click again on the text, and say flow motion. It's actually a CC flow motion. And maybe move that. I'll use this to put it up there in the corner like that. So then I can duplicate that for my different ones. But we need to get those compositions in. So to do that, we're not just going to do a file import. We're going to do an Adobe Dynamic Link and import After Effects compositions from my After Effects file. Now finding it can be a little tricky. You may have to look for OneDrive Northeast Independent School District, or even go to your username and locate it. But this is where you're going to look for OneDrive, and then I've got this in my Favorite Things video project folder. Once you open that folder, you should find the After Effects file and any compositions that are in there. Now I am going to try and select these. Notice it's not really letting me, so I'm going to click on the first one and shift click on the last one. It selects everything in between. You can also control click on the ones that you want. So this top one is my blank that I used repeatedly and then made changes to. So I'm going to import all of those compositions. They're now part of my assets, and since they're all selected, I can even just drag them over here. Now I believe that twirl ended up being the first one, so I'm going to just move this over to flow motion so it's in the right place, and take a look at some of these others. So I have a twirl here, and I've got a displacement. This is turbulent displace. This is the split ripple. I got magnify. That one didn't work out so well, so I'm going to remove it. I'm going to right click and ripple delete, and that'll just bring everything over. Got the sphere. Now this page turn happens very quickly, and then it's blank the rest of the time. So review your compositions. Make sure you don't have a big empty area. So what I'll do is I'll simply make that smaller and maybe make a duplicate. So I'm going to alt click and just drag this over so it'll do the page turn twice. You can see that again. In fact, let's have some fun with this and ripple delete. Not ripple delete, speed duration, and we'll reverse this one so the page will come back. So it's going to go away and then it's going to come back just for fun. I do have a gap, so I'm going to ripple delete that. And then I've got this one has the title that I'll copy for the rest of it. And then I've got this displacement map, CC lens, but then it's frozen. So this composition actually should only be about that long. So there may be some editing just to make sure that what you're exporting is going to be nice and neat. Making a title with your name on it, duplicating this, putting it everywhere, you should be able to do that fairly easily. So the next thing I'll show is how to export this.